we don't take care of it, then some people take care of it in their interest. So anyone who really loves Africa very much is my first priority to talk about.
Okay.
And I also want to welcome you back with Simon Muyanja Lutaya. Please, I thank the management very much for returning you here. You are doing a good job, and I really appreciate your return. I felt too bad when you were really
good that
said
we are
like that.
Yes, thank you. Happy.
I was about to petition.
You wanted to petition who in this case?
To petition the CEO.
Over our suspension.
I know something little about the structure of media houses. I am always in the media first, but I've been a media activist for National Resistance Movement for a very long time.
Okay.
Yes.
Who are you? Are you
very good?
An activist?
Very good.
Are you a whistleblower? Are you a petitioner?
Okay, please.
Who are you in this NSSF, saga?
My brother Adam, I want to tell you that I did that thing in 4 capacities. One, I served with the NSSF since 2011. By then I was teaching at Kingston High School, Kawempe, in Kazo, Angola. They're just near the LOC1 Kazo, Angola, Keti Farao. You get the point. Then that's 2011, and World Ahead SS Matuga. I was teaching in these 2 schools, and they were saving my money with the NSSF, starting from 2011. So I have my money there, and it is my only bigger saving you can talk about. So I am very, very serious concerning the issue of that saving. I want it protected, and it must grow.
We shall get to that.
We shall go to that.
My question
then
is...
two, I'm still answering you. 2, I am an aspiring national leader. I don't know whether you are aware. I am aspiring to replace the late Jacob Olanya as the national vice chairperson of NRM for Northern Uganda. It's a very serious position. Number 3, I am a very fierce patriot of this country. I did my patriotism deep course in 2010 under the Department of National Patriotism Secretariat, by then led by now Major General Henry Masiko. So he took me to Chankwanje when I was still teaching at World Ahead to be trained as a patriot. Lastly, I am a Pan-Africanist like you. We have just been in Pan-African struggle, but at least that one, you know that profile very well.
I do.
So in these 4 capacities, I petitioned.
What is your interest in what is happening in NSSF?
Very good. My brother, NSSF, social security is very, very important. I can see you are my sister, and my other brothers and the friends here. All Ugandans of working age group deserve social security. Brother, today you are working. Tomorrow in the evening you will not be working. But I can tell you your demand for treatment, for food, to maintain your life, will be much higher than they are today. So every Ugandan actually deserves social security. We have people who retire from civil service or from private sector, and then in the homes there somebody cannot even buy a bar of soap. Miserable life, total stress. In fact, majority of the Ugandan civil servants die in less than 6 years after retiring. Do you know why? Because they don't have any social security.
Okay.
Yes.
Who has deployed you?
I am not deployed.
Fight
very
this
good
battle.
Very good. Now,
in the NSSF context.
There has been that allegation in the media that you say I am doing the work for a Honourable Minister Betty Amonge. No, I have told you I am a Pan-Africanist. Who deployed me?
What is your relationship with the minister?
Minister is she's the Honourable Minister of the government of NRM. She's the UPC. I am NRM 311. Our only interest is the national interest of creating social security for the people in working age group in Uganda. So I don't have any other relationship outside that.
But you
with
talk.
her. She is the minister, and anyone like you can even can talk to her. She's the minister of the government of Uganda, of the government of the party I support.
Minister Matua.
When did I last talk to her? I can't even remember. That time when I took my petition and the request letter to be availed, important document under the Access to Information Act 2005. You know, there is a law that allows you to get information from government, but you must show intention by writing under that law Access to Information Act 2005, and that person must respond to you accordingly. That was the last time.
Okay, we shall get back still to who you actually work for.
Yes, but then I wanted to say something.
No,
beside,
we shall get to that.
Beside this
Mr.
other thing,
we shall get to
who
that.
I am, I wanted to bring something.
We shall get to that, my brother.
Yes.
What is at stake now?
In NSSF.
In NSSF.
Very good. Thank you very much. What is at stake? Our viewers, I want to be very, very clear on this. What is at stake in NSSF is mismanagement occasioned by the weakness of the board of NSSF that has failed to supervise the management, allowing the management to supervise the board and itself. You see, even here, there is supposed to be a board which supervises the management. Now, if the management usurps the power of the board, overthrows the board, then the management begins to supervise the board, then you know that impunity thrives.
Okay.
So there is therefore mismanagement in NSSF, which is primarily caused by the weakness of the board. The previous board, where Mr. Pius Bigirimana was, that board was very, very serious. It really did a lot of checks and balances. The mismanagement at the NSSF.
Yes. Where is the mismanagement? You're saying
yes,
the board is incompetent. It has
the
failed.
The board is not incompetent, but it has failed on its mandate.
What has it failed to do?
It has failed to check the excesses of the managing director, allowing the managing director to now become a semi-god at the fund.
Say that again.
Allowing the managing director to become a semi-god in the fund. I tabled the evidence of Mr. Pius Bigirimana.
We shall still get to that.
Yes.
So
that's precisely what is it. You get me? Now, the question then is, you the saver, me the saver, how do I benefit from my money in NSSF? Adam, that money must benefit you, must benefit me, the savers. That should be the first priority of NSSF.
Benefiting savers now?
It is not. Even accessing the mid-term benefit has been complicated by an internal mechanism created called pension administration system. I have my brother. He's a patriot like us, he's a Pan-African like us, called the Kadabaguma Gerard. He comes from Buera, Kasese. He applied for mid-term benefit on the 4th of October 2022. They told him within 3 weeks his money will be processed. It took me to talk about his money on national television before he could get. It took 3 months and 19 days.
That's another issue. We shall again look.
We shall look into that.
Let's get back to the mismanagement. Rather, yes, the mismanagement of the board. The failure you're talking about.
The issue of mismanagement, the failure of the board to supervise the MOD. How it allowed the MOD to now become a semi-god, supervising both the board.
The MD is a semi-god, and doesn't that justify claims that you are being used to fight against Mr. Richard Byarugaba?
I can tell you that. I can tell you, my brother. I don't even have a single interest to fight an individual. I am a Pan-Africanist.
No, but you're here saying...
No, I'm telling you this.
No, but you hear, Mr. Matua,
yes,
you're here saying...
Yes.
That the MD, the former MD actually, has become or had become
a semi-god.
A semi-god.
At the fund.
At the fund.
Yes.
And I'm asking, how has he become that?
Now, because he was not being checked by the board, he became a terror at the fund, terrorizing employees of NSSF, including the board members. I have evidence where the man abused a board member by saying stupid when they had gone to chop it for a retreat. I have an evidence. I have evidence of Pius Bigirimana. If I read it here in verbatim, it is chilling. You can even collapse. So he became terror. He became an absolute dictator.
These are serious allegations.
I am telling you, I demonstrated these allegations using evidence before the committee. Very serious. And after here, I will really share with you this evidence so that you can read them for your own consumption to understand the extent of vulgarity that was now taking place. And I suspect the departure of Madame Geraldine Sali was as a result of the excesses of the MOD. You remember there was an unceremonious departure of a deputy MD. Yes. So that's something very, very serious. And my brother, I can tell you, NSSF is now having 17.88 trillion.
Yes.
That money, Bank of Uganda does not have. That money, no commercial bank has it. You need a very serious board to oversee issues of that money. Now, if you have a board that has actually been overthrown, whose powers have been usurped, if you have a board that cannot now check an MD of such kind of thing, please, you don't even need to ask whether wrong things are happening or not. They will then begin to happen automatically.
So you're only blaming the MD?
I'm not, you see now, if there is a secondary school, you know I'm a former teacher.
Yes.
In a secondary school or in a school system, the head teacher is everything. It's very, very important. The good functioning or malfunctioning of a school is squarely blamed on him.
He takes the responsibility.
He takes the responsibility.
But you're only citing out one thing.
So now I am telling you.
The language he used, you know.
I am telling you, not only the language, I'm telling you.
What other things are you citing out?
There are fraudulent transactions that have been done concerning investment. He admitted in the committee that he mismanaged some investment. Look here, we have the investment of the Penson Tower. Penson Tower started in 2006. The budget of that investment was 329.5 billion Ugandan shilling. So far, it has taken 430 billion. What has led to that increase? And it is not complete. Penson Tower, that tall building in Nakasero. You get me? Not completed. The allegation of a fraudulent land transaction that was about to be executed in Nachigalala. Madivan is selling 400 acres of land, and there are questions there, there are issues there. Where?
And you're saying you have evidence to everything you say.
I am telling you, whatever thing I talk, I demonstrated it in the committee with evidence, my brother.
But where did you get this evidence?
I obtained evidence legally from government agencies through writing under Access to Information Act 2005.
So you wrote and they responded?
Yes, and I have the response here. I wrote, and I can tell you as Adam,
Pan-African. But you see, it's not so easy, my brother. Yes, the act is there.
It is easy if you follow the right procedure. You get me?
It was so easy for you in this
case. It was not so easy.
Who made it this simple for you to access all this information?
My brother, I'm telling you, it took me 5 years to pursue this thing. By the time I went for the action.
And why now, when the investigation is going on?
No, you see, I picked interest to understand what is happening with my saving. I did research. I went to do research about social security fund in the world. I went to Asian Tiger. I did research, Taiwan, Hong Kong, South Korea, Singapore. I went to Europe. Then I also looked, by the way, Japan is the best country with the social security fund. They have a social security fund of a value of 1.7 trillion US dollars. Ours is 5.3 billion US dollars. Japan is ranked number 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you find it queer and weird that you petitioned the minister?
I did not petition the minister. Let me tell you this.
Whom did you petition?
My petition, let me give you a brief background of my petition.
Who did you petition?
I petitioned the Prime Minister.
Oh.
With attention to the minister. You get me? I petitioned the Prime Minister. Look here. On the 14th of December, New Vision carried a detailed story of a clash between the Prime Minister and the Minister for Labour over the issue of reappointment of Mr. Byarugaba. 2 days or 1 day before that, there was a document that circulated online, a letter which was written by the Prime Minister instructing the Minister for Gender to cause the reappointment of Mr. Richard Byarugaba. You get me? Now, when the Prime Minister now wrote to the Minister instructing that reappointment, I then said, at this point, I must come in. Otherwise,
Coming to do it, were you opposed to the reappointment?
First of all, let me tell you, first of all,
the president,
yes,
the prime minister,
yes,
and the board, the three agreed that the MD's contract should be renewed. I want to
put it on a record. The president should not be brought in. He did not agree. The president simply referred this matter to the prime minister for her handling. Otherwise, it is the same president that has allowed the probe to take place. How would he reverse his decision? Our president is a straightforward person. Okay. That was misinformation for the media. The thing was referred to the prime minister to handle. So the prime minister took it higher by trying to instruct the minister to cause the reappointment. You get me? In fact, when these chaos were taking place, I thought the minister was at fault.
At first?
Yes. I wanted to inquire, to know. Now, here I am an aspiring leader. I wanted to really have some detailed information about it. You get me? So I began now. I began to question what is happening.
Have you since exonerated her?
I have exonerated her. In fact, the minister acted in the best interest of us, the servant, and in the best interest of national economy.
Okay.
Yes.
So you were coming in at that point to do what?
I came in to find out what is really this causing chaos concerning the NSSF, where my biggest saving is. I wanted to know, am I safe? Do I still have my saving? What is happening?
Okay, there are allegations that after sending in your petition,
yes,
the minister delivered some vital documents and information to you.
The minister did not deliver any document to me. Any document that I access from government agencies, I did so through writing. And I was very specific of what I wanted to know. You get me? I was very specific. That is blackmail. And I can tell you, don't take it seriously. Because there is no evidence anywhere. Such people saying so can produce to back up the allegations. Not there.
Okay, we're going for a very short commercial break, and when we return...
Maybe before we could move for commercial break, yes, I want to tell Seva and the people of Uganda, this matter of NSSF should be moved away from just the reappointment of Mr. Richard Byarugaba.
Which you're even opposed to. But we shall get
what I'm saying.
We shall get to that. Still, we have a lot of time. We shall get
we should look into this issue.
Yes, because
we put the saver.
I know you are we put the reappointment.
Yes,
Mr. Richard Byarugaba.
We put the saver at the center of the equation.
Mr. Matua.
Yes.
Aren't you opposed to the reappointment of Mr. Richard Byarugaba?
I am, but
so we shall get to that.
It should not be the
Tugenda kunywa ku mazzi katono. Kubaba TV Adam Kungu, Mwami Job Richard Matua, petitioner mu nsonga za NSSF Parliament zeri mu kunoonyerezaako. But tukomawo, we shall dig deeper into what is contained in his petition. Katujjetova. Kunoonyereza ogenda maaso ku nsonga za NSSF zonna nga bw'ozuulira kitabu ky'abakozi tebitambula bulungi eyo, era ng'ono yakulemberamu okuwandiika kiwandiiko ekyagenda ewa Ssaabaminisita ng'ayagala okumanya status ya NSSF. Mr.
There was something which I wanted to bring up, and then we went for a break.
Okay.
To our viewers and to you, my brother, whereas the issue of reappointment of Mr. Byarugaba is part of the mandate given to the committee to investigate, let us first look at the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? To me, the bigger picture is the social security.
Yes, but I wanted to get to the bigger picture the next hour.
Yes. Okay. Yes. No problem.
We shall get to that.
We can carry on.
Electron.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Matua.
Yes.
What is contained in your petition?
My petition was asking for a probe.
First of all, you said you petitioned the Prime Minister.
I petitioned the Prime Minister.
Not the Minister.
First, I told the Prime Minister to rescind her decision to ask the Minister to reappoint Mr. Byarugaba. Then, but the purpose of the petition, the purpose was for her to rescind the decision and instead constitute a probe which is thorough, credible, transparent, and fair, so that the questions arising are answered before.
But she based her position on the recommendation of the board.
Now, you see, I have told you the board is already a bungled board. Do you trust it anymore? I've told you the board was already under the control of the managing director. Do you now accept this decision anymore? In fact, I had asked the committee to inquire into that connivency between the board and the managing director to cause his reappointment. Because according to the Human Resource Manual of NSSF, once you reach 60 years, you are supposed to retire. And indeed he retired. I have the retirement letter here. It was one of the documents I asked for. He retired. The man effectively retired. What is the noise about? Why is he contaminating our fund? If he wants the job again, let him reapply. Now, yes, I'm still bringing that thing. You get the point? So, according to he retired according to the Human Resource Manual of NSSF. I'm going to share with you this retirement, and you will read it verbatim for the viewer, so that we put this fact before the public. You get me? We'll read it verbatim for the viewers. Now, so, and look here. The NSSF
management guard.
I wanted to bring something very, very.
Yes, but the NSSF didn't want to.
I wanted to bring something very. I want to bring something very, very.
That's why they recommended.
There is something very, very important we need to know.
Yes.
What does the law say? Now the Human Resource Manual itself is a policy. Actually, it's a regulation. But then there is the NSSF Amendment Act 2022. That Act, Section 39 and 40. Section 39 is for appointment of the managing director. It says that the managing director will be appointed for one term of 5 years, renewable only once. This man has been in NSSF for 12 years. Sincerely speaking, Mr. Adam. 12 years, eh? And the law is saying what? You only serve one term of 5 years, renewable once. In other words, the law is saying you are supposed to work there for 10 years, even if you are excellent like what? In banks, even when you have excelled like what? You have to give way. That's the one of the best practices of corporate management.
And you think there was connivance?
So I therefore condemn it. In fact, all this saga, I very much blame the board. The board had failed in its mandate completely. It is the board that has caused us to come with this chaos. It is the board that has caused us to come with this unnecessary noise. Otherwise, if the board was very serious like the previous board, we would not be in this square.
Okay, the other day when you appeared before the Mwinem Parker Select Committee of Parliament, you cited out certain, allegations again of some people illegally being appointed on this board and stuff.
Very good. Now let me explain that. My brother, from the composition of the board, there was illegality. You get me?
Where is that?
Who are the board members? This paper has written it here.
Let's look at the board members.
Who are the board members? This paper has written about it just here, which I need to.
This is
I know them off here. Yes, you can open and read it yourself because they are there. But let me explain to the viewers. Now you see, there is a chairperson of the board. That is Mr. Peter Chimboa.
Yes.
There are 4 members contributed by unions to represent the workers. You get me?
Yes.
Which unions are these? NOTO contributes 2 people. You are going to read this thing. I want the public to get this information. NOTO. Then COFTO contributes 2 people. To contribute these people, please get my viewers to get this thing very well. How do you become a board member from the union? The union executive must sit and pass a resolution, a board resolution to nominate you to go there. What happened? Dr. Liomoki Sam nominated himself and then goes ahead to nominate his girlfriend to go and represent me and you at the board in NSSF.
There is no evidence to that.
This is, I tabled the evidence in the committee. This is what made me to exclaim, Jesus of Nazareth, Muhammad of Makkah. Hey! This is what made me to exclaim. Somebody nominated himself
and a friend
to go and represent workers at the board in NSSF.
Look here. Practically, do you find that even possible? That
it is possible.
No, that COFTO, which is represented by Dr. Sam Riomochi, will allow that to happen?
Now, COFTO leadership, the members in the board, in the executive, have been struggling, writing letters to the Department of Labor. I tabled all these evidences. There is Mr. Ken Robert, who is one of the Secretary Generals of one of the unions under COFTO. He had extensively written and had even prophesied that the illegality of Dr. Luomoki was going to cause a future problem for the fund. Indeed, he foresaw the problem.
You have that evidence?
The evidence I have, and I tabled before the committee. Now what happened?
So they were writing disowning him?
Disowning him and writing to Labour to do something to withdraw him. Now what happened, my brother? After going there illegally, the same person begins now to develop appetite for our money, requisitioning almost $1 billion. And he got 100 million.
But the other day he said this is blackmail. It is something
the committee,
to tarnish his name.
The committee obtained the bank statement, and the committee invited the Treasurer General, and the committee confirmed that indeed the money was received and was withdrawn by Dr. Luomoki Sam. The man had to take off, and he has already run to US. And I want Interpol to be brought in, and he must be brought here to answer. We cannot lose the money of the poor Ugandan workers. 99% earn less than 1 million, 60% earn 200,000 and less, and save through a lot of difficulty to people who think they will just go there and take the workers' money. We must not allow this impunity, my brother Adam. It is very bad.
Are you cognizant of the damage you're making on the reputation of Dr.
I am telling you, this is a fact, and I demonstrated in the committee. The committee has confirmed it. You can interview, you can invite the chairperson of the committee here. She will confirm it for you. Now, this is where I have questions on the acting MOD, Mr. Yota Patrick. Dr. Luomoki addressed Mr. Yota Patrick. It is Mr. Yota Patrick who authorized the release of the 100 million. I want Mr. Yota Patrick to resign. Why did he authorize money for workers to go to, first of all, an illegally nominated member of the board? I said that. And the COFTO union does not know anything, does not have any activity whatsoever about the money. Nothing was done with the money. In fact, he just took the money for himself. So I want the acting managing director to also go.
Because you want Patrick Ayota to go.
Just imagine, you are just an acting. You have already started giving our money to wrong people. Are we safe?
Maybe just to bring our viewers up to speed.
Yes.
Mr. Mutua asked me to read for you
the
current members of the board of the NSSF.
Yes.
Here I have Mr. Peter Chimboa, who is the chairperson of the board, Patrick Okailap, Deputy Secretary to Treasury, Dr. Silva Mjisha, National Water and Sewerage Corporation, Agre Chibenge, Gender Ministry Permanent Secretary, and Annette Mulindwa, Managing Director, Finance Trust Bank. They also include 4 representatives from workers' unions, Dr. Sam Ryomochi and Penina Tukamwesiga from the Central Organization of Free Trade Unions, as well as Hassan Modiva and Birunji Annette from the National Organization of Trade Unions.
Yes. So now you see that one? Actually, workers have 4 members there. My brother, I have a question about contribution of workers members. You see, NOTO and the COFTO, the unions that are affiliated to this confederation, majority of them are unions of government workers. They are not saving with the NSSF.
Really?
But now they are the very people nominating representatives to represent the majority savers of NSSF who are not unionized. In fact, I want Parliament to pass a law. I want a policy. If not Parliament should be policy, NSSF should come up with a policy. It can be under Labour Department or Ministry of Labour. Workers should gather in an Ambole Stadium. We can select a competent Adam Kungu to represent us in the board. We select ourselves by voting. Even we can do the voting online. This day you can vote online. So the workers should select their representatives. I have rejected what these unions are dying.
So you have issues with the composition.
I've rejected what these unions are dying for. They have already caused us a problem. We have already lost 100 million. We are about to lose $1 billion. We are about to lose $1 billion. 100 million has already been dispensed to Dr. Luomoki Sam by the acting managing director. I've seen that. So workers must take charge of the affairs of NSSF board by selecting very serious people to represent them in the board. In fact, the chairperson of that board should be a representative of the workers for safety of our money. I want to be clear. I want to be very clear. The chairperson of that board should be a workers' representative, so that he's answerable to the worker. Somebody the worker should elect. In the event that he's not doing very well, we can recall the person.
Okay, so is that the only issue you have with the composition of the board? No, composition of this board. Is that the only issue you have?
Now, what happened? Previously, this board was a male-dominated board. Male-dominated.
Yes.
Then Honorable Sarah Opendi petitioned. Actually, she first raised the matter in the parliament that there are no women on the board of NSSF. You know, there is a law which provides for a certain proportion of women in a composition of such cooperative board members. So that had to involve Attorney General, the Prime Minister, leading to NSSF to remove around 3 men. 3 men were removed, compensated, leading to a loss of 750 million to compensate them, so that women could be brought to match up the composition as per the requirement of the law. I think that. So the question is, what was that person doing to compose a male-dominated board? Are you seeing this kind of thing? I want to say this was not Minister of Gender. By then, NSSF was under Minister of Finance. So, Honorable Minister Mathia Kasaija and his people of Minister of Finance would explain to the country why they approved a male-dominated board, which made Honorable Sarah Opendi to petition, leading to removal of some men and indeed a loss of 750 million because we had to compensate those men. So our money has been getting lost.
Okay.
Sometimes by negligence. Look here. My brother Adam, you cannot tell me that you are informed about composition of a board, that you deliberately decided
to ignore women.
And then it led to a loss of 750 million, and you want us to forget about that money. Who is going to repay that money? That money could be the more interest you and me earn at the end of the day.
Okay, we've known your issue, all the issues you have with the deputy MD, and you're saying you want him to resign.
I want him to resign.
Which other issues do you have with Dr. Byarugaba?
Dr. Byarugaba.
Just in 2-3 sentences.
Now, the point is this. Dr. Byarugaba has already served his...
That's one, the age.
No, I'm not necessarily the age, by the way. You have already served your period as per the new law. The requirement of the law. I'm now going to the law. The NSSF Amendment Act, which states that you work for 1 term of 5 years, renewable ones. You have been there for 12 years. Even if you are as good as a God, give way. Let other people come. If he had gone peacefully, he would be in his peace. No. Let him look at the situation where he is. The stress he's going through. Please, I'm encouraging other people, but my brother, even at the Ministry of Finance, this problem is coming.
Finance? The
deputy PS, Mr. Ochela Patrick, he clocked the retirement age of 60, refused to retire, lobbied the politicians from the sub-region to secure two years reappointment. Now a commissioner has reached the retirement age and he is refusing to retire. Now the juniors are complaining. Because if that person lives like this, 10 people rise in position, which is motivation. So that pandemic of people in civil service not want to leave position, let them retire and go to try in politics. In politics, every 5 years you renew your term. You can be there up to date, so long as people can renew your term. But to transfer that thing to civil service, to where we want corporate management, you get me? It is very dangerous. It is very, very, very disastrous, and we should not allow it.
Okay, we equally heard about the 6 billion Uganda shillings, allegedly requested by the Minister of Gender from the NSSF, and we hear it's alleged
Yes.
that when the MD refused to grant this money,
Yes.
this is where his problems started, and some of you were actually deployed to come and fight him.
Thank you very much for asking this question. I request you to go to your phone. I have shared with you an authentic document, the operating budget of NSSF.
What is contained in that document?
The budget, the operating budget, like Baba TV has operating budget to manage affairs here. I say that?
Yes.
That is the operating budget of NSSF for the year.
I can see this document here, which you've just shared with me.
Yes. What is the reading? National Social Security Fund operating budget, financial year 2022-2023. Let us go one by one. Look at item 1 under category of staff cost. What item is there? You read it for the viewers. Some people may think I am lying. Salaries and wages.
I want to share, well, let me share this document with my producer.
Let me send it for you a cleaner one.
So that we can move together with viewers.
Let me send for you a more cleaner one here.
And
the viewers can see.
And like I said, so many people, as you share that,
Yes.
so many people are still concerned about where and how you were able actually to find all this information, if not having been, assisted and helped by the people. You seem to be defending.
I'll respond to that. And I cannot get tired of responding to that, because it is one of the lies the public is being told about this saga. After defeating the mafia.
What is the public saying?
After defeating the mafia, then the surrogates and the ally want to try to blackmail the minister by trying to find the fault with her. I have said it. There you say it with the producer. Yeah, I have said it.
Okay. Okay, this is much better.
Yes.
I wish my producer could probably share it with us on screen.
As we wait for that, let me answer the question you have generated to me. Can I tell you? I repeat, there is a law, my viewer, there's a law in this country, a legal regime that allows any citizen to seek to access documents in the possession of government agencies. That is the Access to Information Act 2005. So it is a provision to allow you and me to access information which is from government, consistent with the constitutional provision. So I wrote formally to request for document of my interest. I was responded to and given the document. Now this is where let me tell you where the question arose. When I went on Friday to the committee, I took my letter I wrote to request for the document. I tabled
this is, we shall get to that. This is the document, National Social Security Fund operating budget for the financial year 2020-2023.
Very good.
Yes.
I want us to look one by one.
How is this related to the 6 billion I'm asking about?
The 6 billion is the last item there. You see the last item. The last item there.
The last item.
Activities to expand social security coverage. Are you seeing it there? At the extreme corner.
Activities to expand social security coverage.
How much money is there?
6 billion.
This is the 6 billion. We are being told that the minister needs it. It is in the budget of NSSF. Operating budget, my brother. The budget they are supposed to use to give effect to the new law. NSSF Amendment Act 2022 gave the management a new mandate. Gave the management, my brother Kungu, mandate to go and expand social security to bring in 15 million people by 2025 and to take the number to 50% of the working age group by 2035. So how are you going to do this? You must create a budget in your operating budget to do that. What the minister only did was to guide the board and the management that please, as you are preparing your operating budget, do cater for activities to expand social security coverage and to ensure compliance. My brother, why? Only 51% of the companies that deduct money of workers are remitting. 49% are keeping them, including UBC TV, which is having 48 billion. Cited in Auditor General's report.
Has not remitted?
48 billion, and for some employees, 8 years down the road. Can you imagine? workers' house on Picton Road. How long does it take for the managing director or the management of NSSF to move from there to Avenue Road to demand the 48 billion? 7 years, 8 years down the road, UBC has been deducting money of the workers and it has not been remitted.
Another serious allegation again.
It is in the Auditor General's report, which is the record of Parliament. You have friends at UBC. You ask them and you will tell me off camera, my friend, people have been intimidated not to talk about the thing. If you talk about it, you lose your job. Now I am going to collect that money for them, myself, through a petition. The next petition I'm filing is to Minister of Finance to stop releasing money in the budget of UBC. UBC is a government agency. Instead, the money in the budget should be sent to NSSF to pay the 48 billion. Because it is criminal to deduct NSSF contribution of the worker and fail to remit it. The law imposes sanctions for that.
Let's get back to the 6 billion.
Now, let's come to the 6 billion. Now you can see the 6 billion is money.
So, did the minister ask for this money or she didn't?
No. The minister, the law gives mandate for the minister to approve the budget of NSSF. The budget of Ministry of Gender is approved by Parliament. You get me? But the budget of NSSF is approved by Minister for Labor. So when the management brought the budget to the minister varied the figures during the approval, sent them back with the approval letter to the board and the management that please make sure this new law that has just been assented to by the president on the 7th of January 2023, we give effect to it because Parliament has told NSSF to expand social security coverage, bring in more of the 17 million Ugandans who are in working age group. Then improve the compliance, which is currently at 51. You get me? Where we have companies like UBC, 8 years down the road, removing money, deducting money of workers, and failing to remit them to NSSF. Now, the question then I want us to ask, if Mr. Biarogaba want to raise dust over the 6 billion, what was NSSF management doing to increase the coverage? Interrogate this question. It means that they were not bothered about increasing the number of savers.
Well, if this money,
now, let me give you a figure. Let me give you a fact. Let me give you just a fact.
Second.
Yes.
If this money, the 6 billion, was actually meant
yes.
for activities to expand social security coverage, why do you think the MD and perhaps the management of NSSF would have issues with it?
No, that's the question. In fact, you have asked a question that I am also asking. We have only 1,330,000 savers in the database of NSSF out of 17 million Ugandans of working age group, which translates to less than 10% of the working age group of Ugandans covered with social security. Who is going to provide social security for the other 90% plus? My brother, you see that? Let us go back to the budget, please. Producer could bring for us the budget back on the screen. Let's look at
this. Yes.
Let us go item by item. Staff costs.
Yes.
You read it there.
Staff costs. Aliko Baba TV producer ange singo sobolo kumpa screen esoka rather part esoke ya budget yeyo.
Yes.
But no leader staff costs.
Yes.
Salaries and wages includes NSSF and staff provident fund.
How much money? 104,105,671,753. Jesus of Nazareth. NSSF is only having 600 employees. 600. What is the budget for wages? 104.1 billion. If you divide that by 600 people, each person is earning 14 million money free.
14 million.
14 million of your money, of my money. The poor saver who's earning less than 200,000. Are you seeing that? And no one is talking about it. Everybody is quiet. Why is the management not so frugal and minimizing the cost of wages? Why is the management not so frugal? Why only complain of the 6 billion to bring in more savers? Yet you have this billion. Now you go to the next one. Go to the next one.
Number 2 here, staff travel, subsistence and mileage.
How much money?
It is there.
5.8 billion. Go to the next one.
Staff insurance.
And the medical.
Medical and GPA.
That is the 4 million. That one is okay. Go ahead.
When you continue there, Aliko Baba TV conferences. It is there as well.
That is staff welfare, lunch, wellness. How much money?
It is there.
10 billion, 7 million and something, almost 11 billion. 600 people, meals, 10 billion, almost 11 billion. What are these people eating? Are they eating in Serena, Sheraton, Speak Resort and Conference Center, Munyonyo? You can see the extravagance.
How much is spent on meals?
11 billion. Actually, it's almost 11 billion. That's a 10 million.
Almost 11 billion.
Almost 11 billion for 600 people. For a year, on average, everybody is getting 50,000 for a cup of tea. That is the absurdity of the matter before you, my Pan-African brother. That my money, your money, that we earn through thick and thin, a lot of sweat, is being squandered by somebody extravagantly. You look here, there is something there. You go to the next one.
Let's first go for a break and we'll return.
Okay.
Kobaba TV, Adam Kungu, mugano wange Matuwa, Job Richard, gwe tuli naye encha unapo olwalero. Nga tukuba torch mu bigenda maaso mu NSSF. Some may say it's worrying, others are saying Matuwa is doing a great job to
unpack the mafia.
Unpack whatever is happening. But to check out to the top out. Tano 075 0 pamanyago nejo sinzide wabakanja kuberanga mbuyita mbuterevu nchayina mugana wange Job Richard Matuwa petitioner ku nsonga za NSSF bigenda maaso mu kitavu ky'abakozi munjogere nyangu olenzo okugamba nti kubye twakawulira si birungi si birungi mu kitavu kino, but what can be the overall solution to this that we shall discuss later on as we proceed with the show. Well,
yeah, we are still on the budget.
Let's get back to the budget.
Back the budget. Now, my brother,
maybe if we can do a recap
at NSSF.
No. Maybe if we can do a recap from where we started with this budget.
Very good.
Yes, we said.
Now let me do a recap.
Yes.
Our viewers, NSSF operating budget for this financial year, in total it is a 220 billion 885 million. Of this budget, there are certain items which are there that to me, in my own conclusion, are simply extravagancy. How do you put wage bill of 600 people at 104.1 billion? To the extent that on average, everyone is earning 14 million per month. Is that even possible? But the committee should find out. If there are people earning less than 14 million, who could be taking the other excess money? That question should be answered. Yes. Now, there are things budgeted. Let's go back there. There are things budgeted.
Which you think are not supposed to be in the budget?
You go to cost category on the extreme right.
Extreme right.
Cost
category.
Other operating costs.
I wish my producer would show that. Other operating costs.
Yes.
I see number one.
But yeah, number one is the
fund management and custody fees.
How much is it? 9 billion. I think that. Equity settlement and brokerage fees, 2.5 billion. That is the IFRS 9 provisions and the impairment. Treasury bond, 4.8 billion. Advertising and promotion, 6.2 billion. What are they advertising and promoting to budget at 6.2 billion? This question needs to be answered by you people. Interrogate, please. Help the saver, the poor saver, whose money is being stolen through such kind of things. Yes.
Maybe to alert people about and something them about it.
Now, look, next, you see, We have that one there. The repair and maintenance. Repair and what?
Maintenance.
And maintenance. 6.7 billion. Repair and maintenance is this side down here. You go to the other side. Premises.
Repair and maintenance.
Premises. Property maintenance and repair. 6.7 billion. Do you know, maintenance, listener, our viewers, maintenance and repair means if the shutter at the door got problem, you replace it. That worker's house there, by the way, can I tell you? The tenants of that worker's house pay money for repair and maintenance. What is the 6.7 billion for? This question needs to be answered.
Well, but the board, Mr.
I told you.
Yes, Mr. Matua.
Yes.
The board disowned the minister on the 6 billion shillings.
Let's come to that thing. Now, the action of some of the board members, like this one of National Water and Sewage Corporation, Mr. Mugisa Silva, is something which I wanted the committee to probe further. Within the board, there are even camps. There are those people who are for Mr. Richard Byarugaba, and there are those who are not for Mr. Richard Byarugaba. Who disowned the 6 billion? It was Mr. Mugisa Silva, who is on the side of Byarugaba. But the chairperson of the board maintained that it was the management and the board that approved the money. So now you had contradictions in the board and ugly before the committee. That is the absurdity of the matter before you.
Mr. Chimbo accepted that they approved.
Yes, and the other one is saying no. So the media went with what Mr. Mugisa was saying. No, you media people, you like a negative thing. Because that's where your interest was. But chairman of the board put it on a record. The 6 billion was money they approved, which came from the management, approved by the board member. But one board member, Mr. Mugisa Silva, said it did not come from them. It was the minister. What a contradiction.
Are you not throwing personal attacks on individuals?
I am.
Yes. Are you not throwing individuals on persons?
I am restating what these people said.
Because you seem, some people may interpret you as attacking individuals in the NSSF.
Can I tell you something? What I am saying here.
Because look at this, Mr. Matua.
Just a minute.
You have issues with Mr. Byarugaba. You have issues with Mr. Yota. You have issues with Dr. Jomochi. You now have issues with Mr. Mujisha.
No, I don't have any issue with Mr. Mugisa. I am just quoting what Mr. Mugisa said himself, which is there in the media before the Parliamentary Probe Committee. He said himself, and the records have been produced by the media, both print and electronic.
Why don't you want to listen to their side of the story?
The evidence is the one that guides me. The evidence before us here is that this is the operating budget of NSSF. How is it the budget is run? The budget comes from down, from management to the board, which approves it and then send it to the minister for final approval. And you have seen the 6 billion that they are accusing the minister for is where? In the budget. My brother. Are you seeing this? So I therefore want to tell the viewers, I want to tell the savers of NSSF, I want to tell countrymen and women, Honorable Minister for Labour, Madam Betty Amongi Ongom, did not ask for 6 billion for herself or even to go to her ministry. No, it is the mafia that wanted to blackmail this woman to hide their criminal activity effected in NSSF. Somebody wanted to escape to blame the minister square that you have refused to reappoint me because I did not give you money. You get me? Now I want to share with you the retirement letter of Mr. Richard Byarugaba.
No, before we
to show you that he did retire.
Okay, before we go to that, okay, yes. Share as we continue with the discussion.
Yes.
Mr. Ayota, how old is he?
63 years old.
So you have issues with the reappointment of
both Mr. Ayota and Byarugaba. Remember, I said both men should go. My second issue with Mr. Ayota is him giving our money, the 100 million, illegally to Dr. Liomoki, which has been confirmed by the committee. In fact, he should be arrested and refund that money. If Liomoki has escaped, then the person who gave it to the Liomoki should be held responsible. You get the point? I cannot come here and just speak casually over the money of workers who earn almost nothing, who are almost in disguised unemployment. because of what they earn, being taken like that. I must stand to defend the interest of the Ugandan worker, and I must defend the interest of my country.
Whose interest are you serving?
My interest and the interest of the worker, and the interest of the economic interest of the country. This is economic war in the interest of the people of Uganda, who are saving their money, and you see, somebody is just donating 100 million casually to another person.
Just for clarity,
yes.
Who are you working for? Because
I am working,
this discussion,
I am working for...
I have not heard you say anything negative on the other side of the minister.
What is the other side? If there was a negative, I would condemn the minister here very squarely. My brother, I am a very brave animal. Do you think it is easy to take on this mafia? If I can take them on, what would I not say to the minister? You get me? I am a very, me and you fought the imperialists in Ethiopia. Did I fear? I was incarcerated for 60 days. Did I fear? I am a very brave Pan-Africanist.
So you find no mistake on the side? You find no mistake on the side of the minister?
To me, the mistake is at the board. That is where the problem came from. Now, I wanted to, there is something you ask me, that whom do I work for? I am working for the people of Uganda. I'm working for the economic interest of these people in Uganda who are working, being underpaid, paid peanut, and their little saving, somebody want to just squander it. You have seen the extravagant meals of 11 billion for 600 people. Salaries of 104 billion, 14 million per person for 600 people per month. This is very ugly, to say the least. And we cannot keep quiet, my brother. There are people who are asking me, don't you fear being killed? I want to say it in the camera. I hope the cameraman is there. My people of Uganda, what I fear is not death. In fact, I fear very much failing to defend Uganda. I fear that one more than death.
Okay, I've read some comments from some people that you are equally fighting to get something to eat from the people you're fighting.
Now, I am spending my own money. I came here with a border from my farm, from my rat farm. At the border,
you know what?
From my, I'm a rat farmer, a laboratory rat farmer, a proud laboratory rat farmer. Remember, I have been teaching biology previously. So I
you left your rat farm using your own money to come here.
To come here.
Nobody is sponsoring you.
Nobody sponsored me. I came with the border man is out there. In fact, if the producer would bring him here for them to
no,
see.
Mr. Matua.
I would. If
who is fueling?
Now look here.
Who is fueling this campaign,
now,
quote unquote
now,
campaign you have opened
let me tell you this.
On the people that are leading NSSF?
If I was funded, I would have come here with a V8, with a very decent vehicle, and I'm jumping on the border. Yeah. Kunywa Infufu in the interest of the people of Uganda, because me and you love Africa very much, and we have demonstrated that, and both of us are award-winning Pan-Africanists.
That's true.
Am I lying? You can confirm it here, whether I am lying.
You're not.
You were awarded by the government of Ethiopia, not because you kept quiet. You almost lost your job here for defending Africa. I went into jail for defending Africa. You get me? So how can I fail to defend the people of Uganda? And I'm also defending the government of NRM, a government of the party I support.
Okay, Mr. Matua.
Yes.
In about 3 minutes.
Yes.
How big is the road at NSSF in your view?
It is too big that we must reset everything. We must have a totally new management. Both Mr. Richard Biarogaba and Mr. Yota Patrick must go, including their allies in the system with whom they were doing all of these things. The entire board, in fact, I tweeted before I came here that the entire board members should do justice to the workers of Uganda and resign. In fact, if they don't resign, it is shameless.
It's a shame.
On their part. It is a big shame on their part.
Why should they resign?
They failed to manage it.
Because they have not been
look here.
They have not been found guilty
of
the allegations.
You have a board member.
A second.
No, look
investigation.
Let me answer
Mr. Matua.
Yes.
Investigations are going on. None of these people has been found guilty of the allegations and that accusations you're making. Perhaps maybe you're saying they should resign at the end of the conclusion of the investigation.
One has already run away, is now in America. Why? He ran away because of excitement?
It's people travel.
He received the money of
travel
illegally. Look here. There is already a proof beyond a reasonable doubt in the committee that 2 board members went there illegally, nominated themselves to go there. Dr. Yomoki and the friend, illegally. After going there, batandika kusaba sende wafe. Akaumbi kalamba. Sende wa mukozi wa Uganda. Bamusasula sende ntono. Talia ku mulimu. Alina stress nyingi. Asasula bamubanza renti. Kusula. Anonya emere. Anonya school fees wa abana. Anonya sente kujanjaba abana. Omukozi eyo. Ababi batandika kubya sente ye. Akola tia. Nje akola chi. Nino moyo we gwanga. Adam, I am tired of corruption in this country. I'm tired of corruption in this country. Namukoye da kwebye nguziwa no kwegwanga banane. Is it a secret that there is corruption in Uganda? Corruption in Uganda has gone to industrial scale level, whereby we must do deep acid washing of our system to save this country from it. Otherwise, the children we are going to give this country will condemn us even in our graves. So the matter is very urgent.
Okay, are you contented? Are you satisfied with
the committee?
With how the committee is proceeding with this investigation?
I want to say it very clearly, and I had said it earlier. You know the chairperson of that committee,
Honorable Mwinempaka.
Young as you see him, is a man of very high integrity. He's son to my friend, Colonel Bright Rwamirama. Colonel Bright Rwamirama, together with myself, we are very strong pillars of the late speaker, the campaign team. Honorable Mwinempaka has a 40 mafia in Mbarara, more than you can imagine. This Bitcoin and what have you mafia. You cannot intimidate him. And the members of that committee are people of high credibility. The likes of Mr. Honorable Bakabulindi, who was the former minister and the former worker at the MOP.
Yes.
I have total faith in that committee that it will actually lead to major reforms to reorganize the fund and save this country, save the workers and our economy.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go for TV Gangamuka, your program Hot Cup at 9. Nange Adam Kongo, nina mugana wange Job Richard Matua petitioner mu nsonga zino za NSSF. Vigana maaso mu NSSF yasobola kuba ndulu yakuba endulu ku biri eyo era nga alina byayagala biberenga bikolebwa okutereza ekitavu ky'abakozi kino. A message muziteeke ku 075502505. I think I need to sample a few comments before getting back to Mr. Matua. Mugana wange Jason Mujuzi sinzidde ku WhatsApp naga nti nasindi kubaka wano. I just need to look at his message again. Gambie, hi Adam, how was Matua able to get documents from Amongi in one day, yet such requests take longer in government offices? Isn't he a minister's lapdog? Oyo ye muganda wange Jason Mujuzi jasinzidde okubeera nga atuwa obubaka obwo. Munnamawulire Samuel Mwesigwa laga nti thanks for the show. My questions are: 1. Who is feeding Matua with the classified information is sharing with the public? And number 2, who is funding him? Oyo namawulire Samuel Mwesigwa bwagambye.
Can I try to respond to
maybe
this question?
Katono nnyo kansimbyeyo ono agambye, God forbid our country really. I am Haire Peter from Seguku. I am tuned in. Babale nnyo muganda wange. You can respond to those.
Now, countrymen and women, the question you could be having should be, is the evidence authentic? Is it valid? Now people have started to ask, I want to call peripheral issues, diversionary issues. this could be...
Now people are asking, who is funding
No,
you?
look here.
Because people
here.
are wondering.
My brother.
What you're giving us is
very valid.
Very valid information.
Organic.
Yes.
Authentic. Genuine. I said that. Now, what I want the people of Uganda to get to know from me is that the evidences I obtained them legally, the evidences I tabled before the committee are incriminating, are very serious, authentic, some involving body resolution, body communication in the previous board. Because I searched for this thing, it took me time. I searched for this thing because I wanted to reach to the core of the issue. And I got it. In fact, the people of Uganda should instead thank me for this bravery, for sacrificing everything it takes to obtain all these core evidences to prove the case. Now when somebody is asking me, how are you funded? I've told you I came here with the border from my rat farm here, and the money is out there. Maybe if the person wants to pay, so they send the money to you and you pay the border man, and not to me. And I don't want anybody to send me money, because I'm not doing this thing for money. I'm doing it for myself, my savings in NSSF, for the people of Uganda, and for the economy of my country I love. Me and you, I repeat.
Okay. I know Jason as a lawyer is asking, how were you able to get this information from the minister in just a day?
Let me tell you.
In a day.
I could even get it in less than an hour, so long as it is legally done. Let him quote the law I have offended or procedure. He can send you the law.
So you're agreeing that you got this information from the minister in a day?
My brother, I can tell you, when I was doing all these things, I had my panel of legal experts. I had my panel of political strategists. I told you I'm an aspiring national leader. I could not put my name to be tarnished. Can I do that?
Okay, but Honorable Mpaka asked you the other day when you were in the committee. Yes, when you were before this committee, Mr. Mwine Mpaka, the Member of Parliament for Mbarara, asked you to reveal the source of your information and documents, which you had given to them. Yes. And you claimed that you wrote to the Minister of Labour, rather Gender, Labour and Social Development, Amongi, to avail you the documents.
And he responded.
And upon questioning by the committee chairperson and other members of the committee, you could neither produce the letter you wrote asking for the documents, nor could you produce a letter from the minister responding to your request.
For record, let me send to you and give to the producer to put it there. Let us settle this thing conclusively. You get me? In fact, let us settle it conclusively. Producer, you get said.
So you're saying, which letter are you sharing with us? The one
I'm sharing the letter I wrote and the response, both of them. Let the viewers benefit by getting it.
Okay.
Now, please, I want to repeat that.
Yes.
Let my phone.
So which information do you want to give us? The letter you wrote to the minister or the minister's response to you?
The letter I wrote to the minister and the minister's response to me.
Did you give it to Parliament?
I did. What was missing that time was the minister's response to my letter. I had left it home, but I went with mine because in my wisdom, the committee may ask, how did you get this document? So I needed to show a proof that I wrote to ask for them. But then I had left the minister's response at home. I told the committee chairperson, I will bring it on Monday. Indeed, yesterday, my chief political strategist, I sent him with the letter and it reached the chairperson. And that very day, I sent him the image of the letter on WhatsApp, which he had asked me to do so. So let me...
Okay, you can leave it.
No, I don't need to leave it because this question has been there in the public domain. I'm already there. I just need to reach forward to produce immediately. They are there. You forward to the producer.
Okay.
Yes. So I want to tell the people of Uganda, I was able to effectively demonstrate my case with organic evidences, which are authentic evidences from Annex A up to M. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. These were the evidences I tabled. and I demonstrated my case. So these are the questions of how we were able to obtain. I obtained them legally. I did not bypass any procedure. I did not offend any law. You get me? And the evidence is the authentic. So the other questions would be dismissed. You get the point? They are simply attempts by the surrogates and the allies or agents of the mafia to try to find the fault with the minister. All of these are just the rat race, you know, running around to find fault with the minister. The minister did not offend any law, and I did not offend any law. I did not bypass any procedure. Producer, can you...
Yes, the producer is going to get us these documents as we get them from the producer. You're saying people that are asking these questions
should rather be interested in the validity and authenticity of the evidence.
Who determines the validity of these documents? Because you are sharing the documents.
Now, the committee...
We have no opportunity to verify what you're sharing with us.
Can I tell you something? You can, at your discretion, write to request for them, and you will be given them within the Access to Information Act 2005.
How long did it take you to get these documents?
I have put everything there is dated. You get me? Everything there is dated. So that question you asked me has been answered by the dates there. And I can tell you, if I wrote...
No, I'm talking about the information that the minister availed you.
For me...
How long did it take you for the minister to provide you with this information?
Can I tell you something? There is something funny which happened, our viewers. The mafia is not easy. So, I had my set of evidences. There were 3 evidences. That the pension administration system, there is a petition by procurement department to the ministry, and then the petition by NOTO workers under NOTO. I gave these evidences to a close friend of mine. The man ran away with my evidences. Can you imagine? When I asked him to give me evidence that I've been called to go to parliament, the guy went to the village.
Okay, let's look at the screen.
Only to realize that this one was the agent of the mafia that had come near me to steal the evidence.
So your evidence was stolen? 3
of my evidence were stolen.
Okay, let's look at the screen.
That is the letter.
This is your letter. And
on my headed paper, you can see the
Aliko Baba TV. Ekiwandiiko ekyo kyawandiikibwa Matua, Mwami Matua, ngenda kusoma mwezi 14 mwezi gwa December. Nga bw'olabaawo waggulu. Kigenda wa minister. Hello, rather, Honorable Minister. Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development. Dear Madam, request for documents pertaining the alleged mismanagement in NSSF. You wrote that on 14th December last year.
And the copy I gave the committee is the one we received, which was received. In fact, I had scanned in color 2 copies. I gave them to the committee. Then the next one?
The next document, the minister responded on 15th December. That is one day. You got the documents within, the minister responded to you in just a day.
I would have even obtained them within 30 minutes.
No, what I'm saying?
There is no law which says this should be the period.
Mr. Mutua.
There is no law, my brother. Even before we go very far.
Yes, let's just make this clear.
There is no law which said I should obtain this thing after 7 days. If it is there, you quote for me the law. There is no law, so there is no mistake. You read it for
a second. I want to make
now that is the request letter.
Yes, my brother.
You first got the request letter.
I want to make this clear for our viewers.
Yes.
You wrote the minister on 14th December.
Yes.
She responded to you on 15th December.
So let's go to,
so let's look at what the minister responded. Ebbaluwa ya minister gyaddamu omwami ono yali ngenda kusoma mwezi 15 mwezi gwa December. Mr. Mutua Job Richard.
Yes, Kampala.
Request for documents.
Now responding to me.
Yes. Refer to your letter dated 14th December 2022 requesting for documents.
Yes.
In respect of that, most of the documentations quoted in the press as per your request are petitions from other people, which I am forwarding to you as confidential documents. Relatedly, the one for the retirement of the managing director and the deputy managing director, National Social Security Fund, are attached for your perusal as confidential documents. I I also want to inform you that this matter is being handled internally within government, and I assure you as a server that we shall resolve the matter in the best interest of the fund.
I want to repeat,
Amongi Betty Ongom.
I want you to
Minister.
repeat that last paragraph. That I also want to inform you that this matter is being handled internally within government, and I assure you as a server that we shall resolve the matter in the best interest of the fund. Where is the negative that the minister said, go and pin for me, Biarugaba? Where is it stated there? Give me evidence. Dismiss these other speculations, these other fake accusations, which are done by agents and surrogates of the mafia, trying to find fault with the minister. Please, the people of Uganda, the minister acted patriotically, and she did not in any way have conflict of interest. In fact, I grilled the minister. I thought this lady was at fault. You get me? So when I got evidences, it is from the evidences that I realized there was something wrong. In fact, I thought Mr. Biarugaba had his ground. I was like, now, if you appointed the other one, why not this one? Only to realize that the evidences are revealing.
Do you read witch hunt in all this saga
Now,
of certain people?
Witch hunt in who?
Are some people being witch hunted?
Witch hunt in who? Witch hunt in who?
Yarugava.
Why? Has he not served there for the last 12 years? Did he not retire? I have the retirement letter here. If you wish, we will share for the public. In fact, I want you to share it so that the public get to know the truth. This man had already retired. Genda Waka. This man has been on TV in a seminar telling me and you and other Ugandans save money, that when you reach retirement age, you will go and invest. He has a lot of money. Let him go and also invest the way you were teaching us.
Okay.
Why is the director of retirement refusing to retire? Is that not obscenity? How do you describe that? Tell me. Why is the director of retirement refusing to retire? Somebody who has been teaching us about retirement, to prepare for retirement, is refusing to retire. In normal English, how should we describe that? In Lubara, we call it Aza, for Azani Adandi. In Lubara.
You call it what?
Aza, running mad. Tell me, in Lusoga, how would you describe that? A director of retirement is refusing to retire. Banang.
Let's good enough. You shouldn't have translated that.
I want to tell something. Bana Uganda. Ababiwa egwanga wafe. Tebaine ekisa. Balia bana Uganda ne magumba ne ebyoya yona. Tebaine ekisa.
Bani.
Ababiwa egwanga wafe.
Ababi mu Uganda.
Wano ku Uganda. Tebaine ekisa. Balia bana Uganda ne magumba ne ebyoya yona. They eat Uganda with everything. Bones and they don't leave anything.
In fact, all one at 20 to consider Chikesembayo ekumi onyonyole bini. Summarize whatever we've been saying in 10 minutes in Luganda.
In Luganda.
Obuzubuvawa mwematu.
Bana Uganda banange.
Obuzubuvawa anyakozesa oyagalachi.
Luganda wangeri lutono tono. Sigenda kwogera Luganda nyingi nyo. Sigenda kwogera Luganda nyingi nyo. Naye bade kusaba. Wano kusende wafe wa NSSF. Obuzibu eziri body tuteka wali kulaba sende wafe kulaba bakozi takola bulungi. Omukuru wa management saweno alinga mukama wa sende wafe. Abenguzi batandika kuyingira wali. Omusajja mu yava ku akachikowa abakozi bamwita koftu. Omusajja bamwita daktari Samuli Omoki. Omusajja eno yalonda ye mwenyini ne malaya ye
ne mukwano gwe.
Ne malaya ye si mukazi waka.
No. Please. Mr. Matua, let's stick to English.
Okay. I will withdraw.
Okay.
Yalonda ye mwenyini ne mukwano go kugenda kuyimirira isonga za abakozi ku NSSF. Na ye yatuka wali yatandika kusaba sende wafe. Akaumbika lamba. Bamuwa obukade 10. Sende wa bakozi. bafuna sente ntono wano kwegwanga wafe wano ababi bagala kutwala namuyimirira wano ku nsonga bana Uganda timuna Uganda akola yafuna sente ntono sagala omuntu omubi kubya sente eno namuyimirira kuyamba egwanga wafe. Nina omwoyo wa egwanga, nina omwoyo wa Africa. Webale nyo, webale da.
Bino byebero binako bukakafu.
Ye, sebo. Namutwala wali obujulizi. Evidence. Dr. Samuel Yomoki nominated himself and his girlfriend.
His friend, I prefer on this show we use
a girlfriend
friend.
Is not a bad thing. You go to the dictionary. Why do you want to understand a girlfriend as a lover?
Okay.
Hey, so
you mean a friend, in other words.
And his girlfriend to go and represent workers at the board in NSSF.
Okay, as we conclude.
Namugamba, Jesus of Nazareth, Muhammad of Makkah. Hey! Omuntu yalonda ye mwenyini ne mukwano go kugenda kuyimirira esonga z'abakozi ku NSSF board. Naye yatuka wali atandika kusaba sende w'abakozi akaumbi kalamba. Jesus of Nazareth, Muhammad of Makkah. Woo! Sende wafe. Bana Uganda bafuna sende meka. Emitwalo 2. Ayagala kusasula rent. Ayagala kugula emmere. Ayagala kusasula school fees. Ayagala kujanjaba banange. Muyambe omukozi wa Uganda.
Okay.
As
we conclude, my brother, in the last 2-3 minutes,
yes,
you said this issue should not be restricted on Mr. Byarugaba. Where do you want it to which direction do you want it to?
Now, thank you very much.
In just 2 minutes.
The people of Uganda, yes, there are questions in the management in the board. But do we need social security? My answer is yes. If we need social security, this acid washing, deep acid washing, me and others are doing is very important to clean this fund, to clean the management, to clean the board, to reset everything so that we can go out there and bring all Ugandans of working age group to save with the NSSF, protect their money, invest their money wisely to see it attract better interest, to see this money work for the savers even when they are not retired. This money should be able to help the economy, to create more jobs, so that we can get more savers and we keep the fund sustained. May God bless you.
Thank you.
May God bless my country.
Thank you, my brother.
I want to congratulate you again for winning the award. You are one of myself. So I'm now talking to a colleague award-winning Pan-Africanist. I am proud of you.
The pleasure is mine.
Africa is